Hello, English 11 students, and welcome to Quarter 2, Week 2, Day 1's video. Right, this video is for students who missed our live Zoom class. If you click on this week's dates on Canvas, you will see this item says Week 2 Notebook Time Assignment under Day 1. You can go ahead and open that up, and we will start talking about that shortly. As a reminder, everything you say, do, or type is recorded, so please remember to keep it school appropriate. And as always, there's no saving, downloading, or taking pictures of our class today or ever. All right, our agenda for today is I want to go over some schedule reminders for this week and next week because we have a different schedule than normal, and then get right into our Week 2 notebook time activity. So first, the schedule for this week is only slightly changed, right? Normally our virtual check-in days on Wednesdays. Students have 20 minutes to kind of meet with teachers. This Wednesday's virtual check-in day is a half-day schedule, which means that it'll be following this that you see on the right-hand side of the screen. So for second period students, right, I would see you from 9:20 to 9:35 if you wanted to drop in, or sixth period students, I would see you from 10:30 to 10:45, right? Next week, the week of the Thanksgiving break, right, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are all half-day schedules. And then the later half of the day is those parent-teacher conferences. You can find that schedule under the course info tab, and it's shown here, right? The half-day schedule means we have 30-minute classes, and this is what we would stick to. Again, you can find the schedule under the course info tab on our Canvas page. All right, first a shout out and congratulations to the following students who earned their assignment exemption this week because of the work they did last week, right? Those are here. Thank you for all your hard work, and let's see if we can get more people this week. As a reminder, in order to become eligible for that assignment exemption, you need to turn in both your Day 1 and Day 2's assignments by the end of the period to earn an exemption. Everyone still does all of the activities, even the students who earned exemptions. The difference is those exemptions are calculated after the assignment is turned in. All right. So, and as a reminder, the Week 1 assignment expiry date is this Wednesday before 3 p.m. If you didn't turn your work in from last week, you can still turn it in before 3 p.m. this Wednesday to earn a 50%. You cannot turn in Week 1 work for credit after 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Do not email any late or makeup work to me. All work must be submitted via Canvas only. If you get a message that says that you are unable to submit something on Canvas, it's because you are not doing it by the deadline. If you need help with this, you need to attend student support, which is Monday and Tuesday at 2:45, or you can come during office hours on Wednesday. Use that half-day schedule that I showed you previously. All right, let's get started. So on the English 11 homepage, you clicked on this week's dates, and you should have the Week 2 notebook time assignment open. If you take a look at it, looking at the directions at the top, it says listen to and watch the text reviews listed in the core text choices box. They are Well Read Black Girl by Glory Edom, which is a 4-minute audio review. The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead, a 6-minute audio review, and Girl in Translation by Jean Kwok, a 7.5-minute interview. So these three texts are what you will be reading over the next couple of weeks, and you have your choice of reading one or excerpts from all three of them. You are going to listen to each one of these and kind of write a response. You're going to do a free write for 7 minutes after listening and watching each of these reviews, and then respond to these focus questions, right? What is one thing from each choice that you found interesting or confusing, and why? And how does knowing that all of these stories are based on real life people and events impact your reaction to the texts? Does it make you want to read them more or less, and why? Okay, and there's a spot for you to answer those two questions for choice 1, answer those two questions for choice 2, and answer those two questions for choice 3. Just a quick note, and I'll preview what this looks like. When you click on the audio for these two, they come from a website for NPR, National Public Radio, .com. But once it gets to the end of the review, it'll just go right into the next news story. So you have to make sure that you hit the stop button when the review is finished. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Okay. So again, the first thing that we would do is you would click on your hyperlink in the assignment to listen to the audio review of Well Read Black Girl by Gloria Adam. Right. So you would click on that link. I'll model what that looks like. Give it a second. Right. It'll take you to this page. I'm waiting for it to load. There we go. And then you click the play button here to listen to the audio. The transcription of the story is also listed here if you want to read along while you're listening. So,
and now,
so if you hit play.
Adam loves to read and she loves to talk.
And so there's a brief introduction and then the actual review kind of goes. Again, when this is done playing, and you'll know it's done if you read along with the text, right? Make sure that you hit the stop button because it'll just keep playing and playing and playing. All right. So what you would do, click on that. You would listen to the 4-minute audio review and then do a free write to respond to those 2 questions, right? Something that you found interesting or confusing and why, and then how does knowing it's based on real life kind of impact your impression, right? And you can start your own 7-minute timer and write your response to those 2 questions next to choice number 1. As a tip, right, if you think that you're not going to be able to get all your ideas out in 7 minutes and you'd rather have the computer do the typing for you, use the voice typing to get your thoughts out. Remember to go up to Tools and select Voice Typing to get that done. Once you're done with that first one, you repeat that same process. Give it 1 second. There we go. Right, for the next one, right, the review of The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. Click on the link. The audio will begin. You can read along as you listen to the audio and then answer those 2 questions and set your own 7-minute timer. Okay. Then the last one, right, is the Girl in Translation by Jean Kwok, the 7.5-minute video. It's actually the author herself talking about where the book came from, her inspirations, etc. for the book. So you would watch that video, listen to what she's saying in there, and then do the exact same thing that you did for the previous 2, right? Answer these 2 questions in the choice 3 spot. Once you've finished that, you move on to part 2 at the bottom of the document, right? If you look at the directions here on the left, it says below is a list of trigger warnings for each text. Please read all of this information and respond to the questions in the info response box over here on the right, right? And you can read these yourselves. But for those of you who aren't familiar, right, a trigger warning is when somebody gives you a heads up or a advance notice that there are certain topics that might make some people uncomfortable in a book. All 3 of these books do have some of those topics. So I wanted to make sure that you are aware of them now before you kind of commit to reading excerpts from them. So please read through those yourselves, and then you're going to answer these 2 questions on the right. How does knowing this information impact your desire to read these books or these texts, right? And so I gave you sentence starters that you just kind of fill in. So after reading these trigger warnings, I feel like I would be more or less interested in reading, insert the title because, right? When you're doing that, right, you want to choose, let the little thing on the bottom go away. You want to choose the word or phrase that suits your answer and edit it so that the final sentence sounds natural, right? It doesn't have any more brackets. So you would just choose one of those words, right? More or less, and delete everything else. And you don't leave, insert title with brackets around it. You actually just insert the title. So as an example, right, my answer was, after reading these trigger warnings, I feel like I would be more interested in reading Well Read Black Girl because LGBTQ issues and themes interest me personally, right? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning or queer. Okay, and then the same thing goes for the second question, right? What is one thing that surprised you or didn't surprise you about the text after you read the trigger warnings and why? Right. So one thing that surprised me or didn't surprise me about, insert that text title is ... fill in your answer because fill in your answer. So same thing, right? You're going to choose the word or phrase that suits your answer and delete the brackets and the ellipses, those ... to create proper flow. And as an example, right? One thing that surprised me about the Nickel Boys is the parental abandonment warning, because I didn't expect the main character's parents to just abandon him. Maybe it's another character that gets abandoned. I don't know. I'm just shocked that parents would leave their kids in such an abusive place. Okay. And that is it. Once you've finished both parts of the assignment, you need to make sure that you turn that in. The deadline for the day one assignment is 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Student support is from 2:45 to 3:15 on Monday and Tuesday, or you could come to see me during the half-day virtual check-in on Wednesday. Please make sure you use the schedule that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in class soon.